This is Calvin Castine. It's July 8th, 2000. Hometown Cable goes international again. We're in beautiful downtown Hemmingford for the Missing Children's Fund annual tournament. This is the 11th year that the U.S. Border Patrol has been here. And chatting with Brian Jefferson, we decided to make it down here this year to take in a little bit of this tournament. It's a fun day, and we're going to have one of the organizers, or actually the organizer, in here later to tell us all about how this happened to come about. That was Helene Pare on at first base. Now Mario LeMay will come up now. He's the third baseman for the Canadian Customs team. Shawinigan, I think they're from. South Shawinigan. The U.S. Border Patrol team also has some U.S. Customs players on it, and who knows who else here. It's kind of an open-ended tournament. You just field your 9 or 10 players, and they don't care if those players play for different teams or not. I'll give you the U.S. Border Patrol. That's ball 4. So Mario LeMay is on. Now Mark Bellefeu. Beautiful field, beautiful leaves is his real name but in English, but it's Bellefeu or something like that there. Fouls it off. Defense for the Border Patrol. Pitching is Paul Moran. His battery mate is Brian Jefferson. Looks a little bit like Darth Vader right now. At first base, it's Todd Bolson. The second baseman is Lou Cruz. Shortstop is Mike Casey. At third base, Kim Barnes. In the outfield, Chris Collins. That's hard hit. Gets by Casey into center field. It will not score a run. It's going to load the bases. In the outfield, we said, Chris Collins in left, Lonnie Bayshard in center, and Mike Murphy in right. Only 9 players for the Border Patrol team. Now Louise Fortier, the team manager and the pitcher and cleanup hitter. So when you're the team manager, you get to pitch and hit cleanup. Swing and a miss. Brian trying to help her there, telling her when to swing. Speaking a little French. Bases loaded, nobody out. They're not looking for organized teams in this tournament. It's a fun tourney. Comebacker. To come to the plate, get the force. You're going to make sure with the tag with the force was on. And now Michel Vincent is how we pronounce it, V-I-N-C-E-N-T. He's the shortstop. He's up here with 1 out and the base is full. You pay your entry fee, which is $200, and you play 2 games. You don't win anything, you don't lose anything. You just play your 2 games. If you win, you win. If you lose, you lose. You get 10 free passes to Park Safari. That's hit to left field, foul ball. You get 10 free passes to Park Safari. You get a free roast beef dinner. And you get to mingle with some friendly people who are also out here to have a good time. Mix 96 is here. Montreal, line shot, hit to second. Cruz slows it down. It's going to go into right field. 2 runs will score. Yeah, we're going to have runners at second and third. Now Natalie Tillman, the second baseman, at the plate. This is July 8th. This is a big interleague baseball day. I left the Yankees and the Mets were going at it in a Subway Series doubleheader. First game at Shea Stadium, second game to be played at Yankee Stadium. So, big baseball day. And of course, right now in Montreal, Blue Jays are there visiting the Expos. Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count. Infield fly, but nobody at first. Nobody at first. He got the infield fly. Yvon Bilodeau. Yvon Bilodeau, the batter. He's the right fielder.
Yes, sir.
2 outs, 2 in. Barnes will pick it up. Beautiful downtown Hemmingford, the Missing Children's Fun Tournament. That's fouled, out of play. Strike 2. And the pitch, slow, low one there. Almost a fast pitch. Except it was a slow, low one. And the delivery is swung on. Foul ball. Look at that, Brian the Cat Jefferson. Just like a shat, he says. Not like a cat, he's like a shat. That's low. 2-2 the count. 2 outs. Second, third line shot. That's fair. It's foul ball. That's fouled, out of play. Ball 3. Brian trying to help the umpire there, calling strike 3. That's a base hit. Good hustle there by Lonnie Bayshard. Keeps the runner at second from scoring, so it's another run for Canada. And Rene Gervais, the left fielder, will step in. Rene Gervais, the batter. Runners at the corners with 2 down. Here's the pitch. Timeout. 8th batter. Hard hit to short. Casey will take the short toss to second base to Cruz. And after 1/2 inning of play, it's about, let's see, 8 batters, 2 left, 3 outs. That sounds like about 3 runs. 3-0 at the end of 1/2. As we get set for the U.S. Border Patrol team to step to the plate, we're going to talk to not one of the organizers. It is the organizer. And your name?
Kathy Brownridge.
And Kathy, you're with the Canadian Customs?
Yes, I am.
And you first organized this tournament quite a while ago, huh?
This is the 11th time we've done this.
And it's Missing Children's Fun. Tell us how that all came about. It's Missing Children's Fun Tournament.
It's in support of the Missing Children's Network, which is a nonprofit organization in Montreal which aids parents in the search for missing children and in prevention. They've created prevention programs that they've gone into different camps and schools and whatever.
Okay, just a moment here. I think Lonnie needs the lineup. Lonnie Bayshard made out the lineup, and he gave it to me, but didn't write it down on his own side, so he forgot who was batting. So Lou Cruz is going to lead off. Okay, now this, you told me before we started taping that You organize this to get a little interagency networking. You know, so people get to know each other and have a good time. And when you're busy on duty, you already know the people, right?
Yeah, we found in dealing with a missing children's case, time is often of the essence, and it helps a whole lot when you already know the people involved and have had some kind of contact. So the main goal originally was networking, and it's important to us to network with the different agencies that we have to deal with in this type of a case.
All right, we'll keep our conversation going as Mike Casey steps in now with one out. So how big a tournament was it initially?
The first year we made $800. We had, I think, 8 teams, and we only had one ball field. Over the years, we've evolved. The second ball field was basically built to accommodate this event. We now accommodate 14 teams because we don't do it as a tournament for win or lose. We do it for fun. And each team plays 2 games, whether they win or lose. And the idea is we have a whole lot of fun. There's activities for the kids and ID clinics and all sorts of a fabulous roast beef supper in the evening. And we're all here for the fun and for the kids.
How much might you make this year in profit?
I don't know how much we'll make this year, but
last year, what'd you make?
Last year we made $25,000. The year before we were $30,000. Over the 10 years, we've made over $150,000 for the Missing Children's Network. One of our major sponsors is Park Safari, who have given us over $70,000 of that over the 11 years. The Park Safari gives us $1 for every visitor to the park on this day, and they, the last 3 years, have organized a banner name show at the park for that day, so people can also support the event by going to Park Safari on the same day.
That's fantastic. Of course, those are nice people at Park Safari, local people that are interested in the community, and that's great.
Very, very interesting community. They support the community greatly, and they've gotten very involved in this because, as they say, it's not a day goes by that they don't lose a kid at the park. Thank God they've always found them, but it's one of their greatest fears, and it centers around the kids, and that's what's important.
There's obviously a lot of donations involved. $200 a team. You're not making a lot off the softball teams.
No, what we set it up though originally as pledges, in the sense that each team is asked to bring in a minimum of $200, but we give prizes to the team that brings in the most amount of money and to the individual that brings the most amount of money. So if somebody wants to take the initiative and go out and get pledges, solicit pledges, we like to recognize that. And we've had one team one year brought in $2,400.
That's not bad. We just had a home run by Mike Casey out there. I gotta check my sheet here and see who this batter is. So don't go away on me.
No problem.
All right, we got Chris Collins at the plate now. I've only got 2 hands, one with the camera, one with the mic, and none of them holding my...
Do you want me to hold the mic?
Oh, if you want, sure. You can hold the mic. That'll help. Now we got Todd Bolson stepping in with 2 outs, and a big home run there by Mike Casey. What else would you like us to know about this, Kathy? This sounds like a great idea. And has it worked as far as the networking and getting to know each other?
Yes, it's worked fabulous. I've got guys from the Border Patrol here that have been here every year. They call me up earlier in the year to get the date so that they can plan their vacation around it, and the RCMP, and it's really worked on the networking angle. And we've had the truck drivers involved. This year, unfortunately, they couldn't be there, but the last couple of years we've had the big rigs. We've had a truck show and shine, and the truck drivers get involved because they can be our eyes out on the road when we're dealing with missing kids. And it's really, really worked. What I'm really pleased about is it's a great family day. People bring their kids, and there's activities for the kids, and there's music under the tent, and it's just really a nice family day. Everybody has a good time and relaxes and has a few drinks and parties into the night, and it's a great day.
I know last year you were tied in with the old home day weekend, or the 200th anniversary. Do you normally tied in with the weekend of the parade? This year it's not. Is it normally tied in with the parade weekend?
The last 6-8 years we've been tied in with Old Home Week, but we found that Old Home Week was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Old Home Week had stretched to like 11 days. So in the effort to shorten Old Home Week, my event, we moved it, and Park Safari played a big role in helping me choose a date to move it to. So now we start the season off with a nice family day and a big event early in July, and then we have Old Home Week wrap things up in sort of the middle of August. past. So it makes a nice break for the community of Hemmingford, because it's amazing how the community of Hemmingford has come out and supported this event. It really, really, really thrills me every time I think about it.
Now you've got 14 teams here this year. Are they mainly law enforcement? Tell us where they're from, if you can, just off the top of your head. No, you're not going to remember them all, but...
A lot of them are enforcement. We have two teams from Canada Immigration. We have Canada Customs, U.S. Customs, U.S. Border Patrol, RCMP, Sûreté de Québec, and then a few media teams. We have the Gazette. A couple of the big radio stations from Montreal, CJD and Mix 96, aren't playing this year, but they support us greatly. And then a few local teams, just different interested parties. The Lachine Legion out of Montreal, out of Lachine, is very involved with Missing Children's Network, and they've been here every year.
All right, and this team here, you're telling me you traveled a couple hours to be here, huh?
Yes, this team here, Shawinigan, it's BSF Shawinigan, our tax station from Shawinigan, they traveled 2.5 hours to get here. This is their first year. Last year they wanted to play, but we already had a full schedule. And they're really, really eager to participate. And well, obviously if they traveled 2.5 hours here and 2.5 hours home, they wanted to play ball and wanted to get in on the fun.
Yeah, they seem to be having a good time. That was Claude Vincent, or how would I say it?
Claude Vincent.
Vincent. Okay, I got my my French accent isn't that good, although my ancestry is all from north of the border here. Now we have Kim Vincent at the plate. Let's see, we're in the second inning, and it's a 4-1 ball game now. Trying to keep track of the score as we're chatting. What else would you like us to know, Kathy, about this annual tournament?
It's something that I'm really pleased to be doing this interview with you, because I've always hoped to draw a little bit more from our southern compatriots the other side of the border. We've got, actually my right-hand woman here today is from Plattsburgh, originally from Hemmingford.
Who's that?
Linda Venn. And it's the U.S. Border Patrol and U.S. Customs, U.S. Immigration come up a little bit, but it would be really nice to see some more of our American friends up here, because that's what it's all about, is the networking.
All right, so you've got an invitation out to get them up here. Now you're probably filled up as far as teams go. You don't want to get any bigger than 14 teams probably. It's probably all the teams you can handle.
For the moment, 14 teams is what I can handle, because we run the games from 8:30 in the morning till maximum sort of 6:30 at night, so that everybody can relax. Usually the Chamber of Commerce from Hemmingford plays ball against annual challenge match against the council, the municipal council. That goes on this evening. And but I'm often looking for teams, because for different reasons sometimes a team can't make it. As I said, Shawinigan, it's their first year, and there have been other years when we've been looking for teams. So I'm always interested in knowing people that are interested, because I sort of never know when I'm going to need them.
Okay, that was Helene Perret.
Perret.
Perret. All right, you'll have to forgive me here. And Mario Lamay,
yep,
the third baseman, is at the plate now. And obviously there's more than just softball going on. What else can, if people just want to come and enjoy the day, what will they find here, and what will it cost them to come?
What they will find is softball all day, a tent with organized activities for the children. The Canadian Customs detector dog is here. We usually have mascots and clowns and different things. This year we had the Montreal Classic Corvette Club, and we're looking next year to build on that, and we're hoping to build into a full-fledged antique and classic car show next year to replace our truck show. So, and anybody and his brother is welcome to bring up a car and show it off, and we're going to have prizes and whatever else too. And then, as I said, there's roast beef supper in the evening, and music, and a little bit of ball in the night, sort of a challenge match from the Hemmingford group. And this ball field's free for another challenge match if anybody wanted to play.
Okay, and what does the roast beef dinner cost?
The roast beef dinner, basically we have a ticket that's $12 per adult and $6 for child, which a child under 13, which gets them in the gate and buys them roast beef supper and access to all the activities. There's also just $3 and $1.50 adult and child for just coming in the gate and sharing in all the activities, maybe buy a hot dog or something. And that's it. We have raffle tickets and door prizes, and never know what's going to happen next.
All right, I think that's great. You've $30,000, $25,000. That's a lot of dollars. So you must be extremely excited about that.
It's really, really exciting when you see the dollars add up at the end of the day. And we always present them at a radiothon that's held in November for the Missing Children's Network, and that's when we present the check. And it's one of the bigger checks that's presented every year. And we couldn't do it without everybody's participation.
All right, that was, I want to make sure I make that guy's name on that popped up. That was Lonnie Bayshard. I'm sure you'd want his name mentioned. Okay, you take the mic again, Kathy. I stole it away from you. I'm so used to grabbing that mic. Now we got after Lonnie, it's Mike Murphy. So that's November. That I think we've seen that as a telethon. I think I've seen it on Channel 12, maybe.
No, that's a radiothon, and actually that's been historic because Mix 96 has been doing it now for many years. And as of 2 years ago, Mix 96, which is an FM station out of Montreal, FM 96, has been doing it in conjunction also with their sister station, CJAD. And last year was it's been 2 years now, it's the first time that two radio stations have given up 12 hours of airtime for a radiothon for one organization, and it's quite phenomenal. And they broke all Canadian records the first year they did it, and it was just quite a thing. They call it 12 Hours of Hope, and it's on the radio from 9 in the morning till 9 in the evening, usually around November 7th, 6th, depending on it's always the Saturday.
All right, that's Paul Moran. Just got a hit. Look at him hustle to first base. He's safe.
It was close.
It's close. Now we have Brian Jefferson at the plate. Do you know this fellow here at the plate there?
Yes, I know this fellow right here at the plate. He's supported us wholeheartedly right through the event, and I've known him. I've worked with him in the capacity of Border Patrol and Canada Customs, and I've worked with him here, and it's great.
He's a great fellow. 11 years they've been coming here. Right?
First base is waving at you.
Well, he's going to have to wait till Brian gets done hitting if he wants to wave. Another hit in Brian Jefferson's illustrious career. That's 4 hits he's had here in lifetime. Yet another hit in lifetime. That's his 4th hit. Now we got Kim Barnes stepping in.
Can you take the mic?
I can take the mic, certainly. Yeah, Kathy is being paged.
Okay. 1 second.
Well, any parting words, Kathy? You've got other duties apparently to take care of.
So it appears. No, just thank you. I'm so glad to have you here, and I thank you for this chance to speak to everyone.
All right, and if they want to get in touch with you about next year's tournament, how do they do that?
450-247-2469, Kathy Brownridge.
Right.
And through probably any the Canadian Customs office at Lacole could also get a hold of me.
So just call the Canadian Customs in Lacole and
at Route 15, and they should be able to get a hold of me.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Line shot by Kim Barnes to the shortstop. Moran and Jefferson retreat. Jefferson's good at that. Lou Cruz, the batter, and Brian Jefferson has promised to score if Cruz gets a base hit now. Going to show us some speed, I guess. That's fouled off. Timeout as the ball is retrieved. Perfect day, temperature in the high 70s, might reach 80, but a nice breeze. And let's see if Brian Jefferson's going to score. There's the base hit. No, he's wisely going to hold up. Moran will score. All right. Time ran right out of his hat. Just blew right off. Going too fast, he says. Going too fast. Actually, it's a sparsity of hair to hold the hat on that was the problem, I think. Home run, Casey. Home run, Casey at the plate. Let's see if we can duplicate that first one. He's looking for it. This one is foul. Jefferson's going to take his hat off so he doesn't lose it.
On the ground, Mike.
Ball. Shawinigan. 2.5-hour trip to be here. Shows their commitment to the cause. To left field, it's grabbed for the third out. So we'll try to figure out how many runs were scored here and try to figure out what the score is as we go to the third. Now we were checking that score here, and Martin Billefeu got in and got a base hit to start the third. 4-3. Canada leading the U.S. here. Louise Fortier. Hit to left field. I told them they could swear only in French. You can swear in English here. Michel Vincent, shortstop, takes a strike. Top of the third, 4-3. Canada leading. Hit to center field. Lonnie Bayshard makes the catch. 2 down. And Natalie Thielman. Ryan wowing him with his bilingualism. And of course, being a Border Patrol man, you know, he's trilinguistic. You got to be able to speak Spanish to work for the U.S. Border Patrol. Ryan making sure his pitcher is all right. Now Yvonne Bilodeau, right fielder. In foul territory. There'll be trouble. It's going to drop in. Bases are loaded, and Rene Gervais will step in. 2 down. 2 down. Brian Jefferson's ready for a play at the plate. Rene Gervais swings at the first offering, lines at the first base. Beautiful catch there by Todd Bolson. So, nothing across for Canada. Shawinigan is scoreless, leaves them loaded in the top of the third. All right, we kind of lost track of the batting order while we were talking with the organizer for the day, but I believe this is Chris Collins at the plate. He'll be followed by Todd Bolson and Lonnie Bayshard. And tying run is on for the U.S. Border Patrol. And you get a few guys from the Customs helping out, a few guys and gals here. Now you got Todd Bolson, the first baseman, who made that nice catch there in the top of the inning. Lonnie Bayshard moving on deck. Here's the pitch from Fortier. Line shot. Off the fence. And we're going to have runners at the corners. Long single for Bolson. And Lonnie Bayshard's up. He'll be followed by Mike Murphy. Swings and misses. The first time he's ever done that on Hometown Cable.
Wait for the camera.
And the pitch.
Get up. Go!
Foul ball.
You have to do it again, Lonnie. Go on.
0-2 the count. Well hit ball. It's going to be caught by the fourth outfielder. And it'll bring up Mike Murphy. Screaming line drive by Lonnie Bayshard. And it was caught. I had to say that. He was right next to me, so I had to say something nice. Uh-oh, throw to first. We had us a double play, but Bolson's going to be safe. The ball goes out of play. 1 run scores, tying run scores. Bolson should go to second on that, but he's staying there at first. And Paul Moran steps in. Seems happy to be on camera here. Keeps waving to his mother. Swing and a miss. Well, that was a wave to his mom. Now he's ready. That was the hi mom swing. Reaches for it. It's squeezed for the out. We're tied up 4-4 as we go to the fourth. Let's see, gonna use just one, I think. Belle Frappier, Ryan said. Good hitter. Claude Vincent, the center fielder. Probably left center fielder. There's 4 outfielders for the Canadian team. It stays fair. Foul ball. Wind curved it foul. Otherwise that would have been a double. He hit that home run as her first time up there. Line drive, base hit. Murphy's there. Now the catcher, Kim Vincent. Swings and hits it back to the pitcher. He's going to go to first. So it goes from Moran to Bolson. Let's see, Michelle and Claude Vincent are twins, and Kim is the daughter of one of them. This is Helene Perret, first base. Strike 2. And it's caught in left field. So that's 2 down. Left fielder being Chris Collins. Mario LeMay, the third baseman. Hits it deep into the wind. He's going to look to stop at third. Stops at third. All right, puts the go-ahead run in for the Canadian team. And Mark Bellevue. Mark pretty leaves. Hits it to Bolson for the out. I think only 1 run across. We'll check that as we go to the bottom of the fourth. Halfway through the game. I think it's 5-4. Canada leading U.S. Brian Jefferson hits the first pitch. foul. He was trying to hit that one back into the States.
Get in there, get in.
Base hit for Jefferson. He's on again.
Okay, I'm on. If you score, you get 2 beers.
Kim Barnes at the plate. Base hit for Barnes. Going to get away in left field. The speedy Jefferson will score easily. Or get to third easily. And Barnes gets 2 bases out of it. As Kathy, the organizer, whose last name escapes me at the moment, mentioned, this was the original field here in the background. It's where the U.S. Border Patrol played their first game. Looks like somebody fell down out there in the field. Didn't notice that. Oh, may have dislocated a finger or something. Oh, it seems to be okay. Sprained finger. And they added this field just to accommodate the tournament, but I'm sure it gets some use throughout the year. That home plate area looks like it's seen some action. Lou Cruz steps in. Cruz at the plate. Tying run at third base. Go ahead run at second. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Missing Children's Network tournament in Hemmingford, annual event. Hit up the middle, base hit. That will score at least 1, maybe 2. Barnes on our horse. And she is safe. It's a go-ahead run. Crosses for the U.S. Border Patrol. 2 RBI single for Cruz. He gets second base on the throw to the plate. Now what's Mike Casey doing here? Switch hitter. Wants to hit a home run each one. Yeah, must be like Bernie Williams, hits a home run on each side here. Mike Casey at the plate. Casey at bat. There'll be no joy in Mudville tonight. Mighty Casey has struck out. There is no joy in Mudville. Mike, the switch hitter, Casey, says, I guess I'm done my switch hitting days here. Now, Chris Collins. Chris Collins at the plate. Right here. We missed a pitch, so it's 3-0 at the moment. First base is open. Strike. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Little Casey fever. Ball 4, just missed. Well, Collins walks and Todd Bolson coming up. Runners at first and second. Ball 1.
One of the best games you've ever been at, Kelvin.
It was the best game ever.
Look at that. Oh, go. We need the runs. Go.
Bolson gonna get a triple out of it, or not. He'll settle for 2, but he drives in 2. He drives in 2. Todd Bolson. Now Lonnie Bayshard will step in.
Lonnie, you get a base hit. Like last time, Lonnie. If you can see it clear in your heart, you get a base hit for your kids, and your children, and your family. Oh, come shot! Josh!
Foul ball. Wind took it foul. Would have been a base hit for Bayshard. One out.
We got a rally going. Watch out!
Foul ball.
Come on, we got a rally going. The rally. Base hit will score at least 2 runs. Come shot! No, Doctor!
Texas League single for Bayshard. Everybody moves up. The runners at the corners.
I gotta get a beer, right, Brian?
Mike Murphy, the batter.
Yep, you get a base hit, you get a beer. You score, you get 3.
Not only a beer, but a beer for what?
Get 4.
Hit to third. Hit the force, and Bolson stays at third. Very cautious base running there. 2 down. So Murphy reaches on the fielder's choice, and Paul Moran steps in.
Paul Moran, the lancer, coordinates the patrol of the frontier. Wait, 12 to down to 1.
Pops it up. Drops in. But he's out. Good hustle there by the third baseman, Mario LeMay. Let's see, that's 9 batters, 2 left, 3 out, 4 runs in. So they lead 8-4 at the end of 8-5 at the end of 4. Luis Fortier hits it back to Moran. Over to Bolson, we have 1 down. And Michelle Vincent, one of the Vincent twins, steps in. Ball 1. Line drive to left field, 2 down. Squeezed by Chris Collins. Now Natalie Thielman, the second baseman, will step in. Ball 1. Strike called. July 8th, 4:04 p.m. Game about an hour old, almost an hour old.
That's okay.
Look at that hustle. And we had an almost missing child there. The ball rolled on the field, the wind blowing in this direction. Wind blowing in this direction, so any beach ball that goes in the air is liable to come right toward here. Cruz gets a glove on it and should be on with a base hit. Yvonne Bilodeau. Hits it to short center field. Casey is there. Nice catch by the shortstop. A long ways to make the grab. So, for the first time, I believe, let me see, that's the first, no, only the second time in the game.
Don't forget the bat.
Shawinigan is held scoreless. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 8-4, 8-5, 8-5, U.S. Border Patrol leads. Brian Jefferson at the plate. Leading off here in the bottom of the fifth. It's a high fly ball to left field. One down. They finally get him out. They finally found a way to get Jefferson out. Brian figures they've got it won right now, so he's coasting. Kim Barnes at the plate. Hard hit to short, booted at shortstop, and Barnes will leg it out. Kim Barnes.
Bob Burns started.
I do not.
Showing the speed that made her a legend at Northeastern Clinton. Now Lou Cruz.
Okay, come on, hit me, I dare you.
At the plate.
Strike.
Strike called. They don't use the mat here, and they're kind of loose as far as the arc. Just a friendly game. They're not looking to win anything here. It's a 2-game tournament. Actually, 14 teams each playing 2 games. That's hard hit. That's a base hit. Barnes will stop at second. And Cruz will reach. Now Mike Casey will step in. Gone back to being a right-hander here. Very wisely, we might add. Oh, Vincent couldn't hang on to it. That's the way to avoid a strikeout. Pop up to the catcher. One pitch. Inside.
Start go!
2 down. Now Chris Collins at the plate.
Come on, Chris. Come on, base hit.
And the pitch.
Right.
Strike 1. Ground ball, short, unassisted put out. So nothing across for the U.S. Border Patrol. Still 8-5 as we go to the top of the 6th. Rene Gervais at the plate. That's the first pitch foul, strike 1. Hit to first. And put out by Bolson, unassisted. And Gervais is erased. And Claude Vincent steps in. The smaller of the Vincent twins. There's the other twin there. Base hit. Yeah, bring up Kim Vincent, and she hits the first pitch. Slow roller, foul ball. Foul ball.
Nice catch, man.
Tripped over the foul line. Foul ball. You can tell she's a slugger here. Very unusual swing here.
Old man. Old man.
Trying to tire him out, making him run to second. Oh, he cheated here. He pitched off the rubber. And Paul Moran cheating here, pitching off the rubber. So he gets Kim Vincent. moves Claude Vincent to second, and Helene Perret will step in now.
Nice, Ben.
Come shot, come shot.
Hola. We're running out of balls here, running out of balls.
Attention
pour la vie,
Poison Ivy. May never see her again.
Ok, même chose ici.
Line shot. It's caught. It's going to be a double play. It's
Ball, Troy.
it's third out. Third out. Oh yeah, that's right. I was looking at the wrong place. That's the third out. Going to the bottom of the sixth. Oh, they only play 6. Well, this game is over. This game is over, 8-5. I was expecting 7. They only play 6. So the U.S. Border Patrol wins yet another. So they're 2-0 in this tournament.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. And that's going to wrap it up from beautiful downtown Hemmingford, July 8th, 2000. The Missing Children's Network benefit. If you're looking for something to do next year following the 4th of July weekend, come on down to Hemmingford on Saturday, taking the ball games and have a little fun and festivities in the sun.